Good afternoon. Today is my day off and I will throw my garbage away. But instead of throwing those vegetables, food scraps, I'd rather put in my garden. Spring is coming, so we need to start preparing for our garden beds.
I used to do composting. I make my own bins where I put my food scraps, grass clippings, and these crazy falling dried leaves during fall season. I also bought several plastic drums at the gas station and make my own compost bin tumbler so I can just rotate it whenever it is necessary. But then, living in the city with a small backyard and where houses are so close to each other, I feel this idea of composting is not appropriate. I observe some disadvantages like flies, bugs, and mosquitoes are increasing. And it takes a lot of work. You need to monitor all the time, put the right amount of water for moisture, put the right amount of green and brown stuff to speed up the process. And quite smelly to the neighborhood. I remember when I get busy that I don't have enough time to take care of my compost bin. Then I start to see rats living there after some time. Those dried leaves become a good nesting place for them. Oh no! I even see opossums one time. But then I thought about this easy, lazy way which I think the best for people like me who live in the city and who have no time to compost. And that is simply just bury it. And after about a month or so, it's ready to plant.
Not the bones, okay? Let me mix some brown. Brown, green, combination of green and brown, dry, is good for compost.
Examples of browns which are high in carbon are those dried leaves, newspapers, sawdust, hay, straw, wood chips.
Daddy! Yes.
Daddy!
Yes.
Stop!
Can you help me put those ones?
No.
What?
Stand up and then freeze. Be frozen.
Composting with my kids can also be a fun thing for them to do.
Can you help me?
Okay. Let's go.
I'm videoing.
Baby. I know.
Okay. Let's put more here.
Let's put more soil.
No, green stuff.
And greens, which are high in nitrogen, are these grass clippings or food scraps, coffee grounds. In short, all these wet stuffs, they are good for composting. And putting the right ratio speed up the process of decomposing.
Wow! You can know how much you can put that nutrients in the soil.
Oh,
Whoa!
just to show them that instead of throwing those
Auntie, this is
food scraps away, we
Ow!
gotta put it here for our
Yeah!
compost. Oh,
Too much.
too much, yeah. No?
There are many benefits of composting. It will not only enriches your soil, it also helps retain moisture and suppress plant diseases and pests. It also reduces the need for commercial fertilizers. Also encourages the production of beneficial bacteria and fungi that break down organic matter to create humus, a rich nutrient-filled material. Look at these little guys here. These are worms. Yeah, some are here, and also these ones.
Our food scraps over here, we don't need them.
But these guys are starving for it. So what we don't need, they need it. Okay? And when they eat, they multiply. More of these guys will break down our food. And they poop and they pee, which is also good for our plants. So we're all connected. What we don't need, they need. Compost also helps revitalize and filter local water sources, according to Alma Romigal by the Grow Ensemble. Adding compost to the soil increases the amount of water that is able to penetrate into the soil. Not only is this great news for the plants, it is also means that water can seep all the way down and replenishes local springs, ponds, and lakes. As you can see in this diagram, healthy soil through composting creates small water cycles. It means that when it rains, water will penetrate to the ground and it will be either absorbed by the plants and then it will evaporate through the plants, or it will infiltrate and goes to the springs, to the rivers, and to the ocean. Also helps us have cleaner ocean. Without this natural compost, rainwater can hardly penetrate to the ground, thus creating soil erosion, landslide, taking the topsoil with it, and depleting the land in the process. So compost acts like a sponge and allows way more water to infiltrate the ground, keeping the topsoil exactly where it belongs. If we don't compost our food scraps and yard waste, and we just throw them away in the garbage, it will go to the landfills, and if it's not properly taken care of there, it will just rot there, thus producing or releasing methane and carbon dioxide, which is very harmful to the environment and to our health. And this is one reason for global warming or climate change. In USA alone, the government is spending almost $300 billion a year just to deal with our garbage. Wow! That's a lot of money! And that's not even the solution. That is just to dispose our garbage and bring it to the landfills and probably creating or building landfills. They don't sort out or recycle our garbage. And if they do, we could spend even more. But one interesting here is that half of our garbage, at least half of our garbage are compostable. That is according to Institute for Local Self-Reliance. Almost half of our garbage is compostable. That means if we compost or recycle our food scraps in yard waste, we could save at least $100 billion a year. That's a lot of money. We could save at least $100 billion a year. Not only that, we could save our planet Earth from global warming or climate change. We could save our health, and we could eat organic vegetables from our garden.
Hello, good evening. It's Monday night and we have to prepare for garbage tomorrow. It's a garbage collection Tuesday here, and it's garbage time. And collecting this garbage, throw them outside. Throw them in the garbage bin. But we have here this, what do you call this? Food scraps. It's very good for the plants. Also we have here coffee ground. This is also good for.
These are my food scraps collection for the second week. So I will bury it on my second bed. So I just dig this second bed and then put this food scraps here and mix some of the wood chips.
And the fillings. This one is plastic. No. This one, no. Yeah. Yeah. Let's. This is good. So I'm done with the first bed and with the second bed. Now the third bed, we're gonna put the food scraps again on the next week, the coming week. Here, I might probably use that also.
This is the third week of my garbage, and this is my third bed. And this is the second bed and the third bed. So I took out the soil here and then put my garbage here. Yeah. So these are, I cut these papers. These are papers. These are rich in carbon, and these are nitrogen and also some carbon in it. So composting is actually fun if you have time and if you are in the right location. So let's do composting, my friend. It's good for us, it's good for you, and it's good for our planet Earth. Okay? And if you don't have time to do this composting, we can just bury our food scraps in the garden, just like what I'm doing. Okay? And still, if you don't have time, we can just recycle it. Okay? Don't put your food scraps, don't mix it in your garbage. We have a green bin for food scraps, and we have a brown for garbage. Okay, let's just separate them, recycle them, and let the city do the composting. Actually, I don't know in other countries, but here in the United States, they recycle, they make compost out of our green stuff, and they sell it to us at a very cheap price. Sometimes they even give away. Okay, so if we take care of our environment, if we take care of the planet Earth, the planet Earth will take care of us. Okay, so by just simply composting, you will get, aside from oxygen, fresh air, you also enriching your soil, you also get fresh vegetables from your own garden, organic vegetables, compared to the one you buy in the store. You don't know if this is organic, or maybe you put a lot of fertilizer, which is good for our health, and you enjoy doing it. Eating your own crops is really an enjoyable one. Okay, so congratulations on your composting, and let's give priority on this. This simple act is actually a noble cause. Okay, we just don't know how much we can do for the earth, for our planet Earth, by just simply composting. Okay, so all returns back to earth, all returns back to the ground to create a new life. As what in the Lion King, Mufasa said, we are all connected in this circle of life. God bless, and let's do composting, my friend.